Hello, everybody. It's Bo McGee coming at you with a new series in which I'll take a short tour of some of the other maps in Eggnogg Plus, starting with Sortscabral, which is a bit of a different game mode in which the objective is to get your sword into the opposing player's bucket of eggnog that you'll see here a total of 7 times before the other person does so. So you'll notice that there's only 2 swords at a time on this map. So if you are to throw your sword away, such as that, and the other person has a sword, there won't be any other swords on the map. And because of this, you're going to want to suicide after scoring so that you can spawn again with a sword in most cases. So here you'll suicide. Oh. Unless the other person spawns in between. Yeah, but in a normal scenario, you'll throw, die, and then spawn with a sword. So you can go for another point. So some of the basic throws, the 2 most basic throws is right here. If you're aligned with the edge of this platform here, and you just throw straight up, you'll get, it'll bounce into the bucket or hoop, I guess we can call it, since this is kind of modeled after the familiar game of basketball. The second throw is throwing down on that platform. Didn't show very well there since it was the end of the game, but it's a very efficient throw because you throw and also set off the mine that you're standing on, which will kill you inevitably, which ends up actually being a good thing because you'll be able to spawn with a sword. So those are 2 throws. That's another throw right there. You jump and then throw downwards, bounces here and then up into it. So yeah, of course, for the, I suppose you could say, throwing impaired, although this can be useful in some situations, you can just jump up and hurl yourself into the eggnog, which will also kill you. Tend to refer to this as a slam dunk, but if you're ever in a situation where you're going for this option, decide not to actually enter the eggnog, you can go up and just throw straight out and it'll bounce into the eggnog, and you can continue to do something else on the map, perhaps stop your opponent from getting a throw. Another very powerful throw is from the halfway mark there. This one's a bit harder to get every time, but if you just practice it a bit, you can get it usually pretty consistently. So you see I threw all the way from here, and you can, if you just angle it up while jumping off the edge there, you'll get it in a majority of the time. Similarly, you can accomplish this in several places on the map. Didn't quite get it there, but you can get it from here and from right here. And it's important to note, when you spawn, there's the few different spawning positions. You can spawn up or down. Either way, if you spawn on the ground, okay, I missed. Don't play this too often, but it's possible to just score right off the bat by jumping there and throwing at the correct angle. Similarly, if you spawn up, you can just move forward and throw. Okay, I'm not making them in, so you'll just have to take my word on that. But yeah, so those can be powerful if you can. First thing you do in the game is score, and you could perhaps go to disarm your opponent, something of that sort. Another interesting, we'll go to some more fun throws and other things. If you ever get a boost off of this mine here and end up stuck on the edge of that platform, as I did the first time, but I'm failing to do, something like this, it seems like an awkward spot, but you can actually just jump and throw, and it'll bounce into the eggnog. So that's a bit of a more fun throw. Another throw, let's see. Oh, yeah. Probably never want to try this. I've seen it happen like once. You can like get a mine throw off of that. Like, how to really show it. Something like that. And it can actually make it into the eggnog, but that's like, gotta be pretty frame perfect to get that. Anyways, another fun throw is, or not really a throw, but just a way to get yourself to the bucket of eggnog. It's tempting to do it there, but if you look at one of my other videos where I show how to you can get boost from the mine on stabbing and kicking as well as jumping. Okay, I'm spacing this pretty poorly, but you can, yeah, there was a bit of a boost. If you do that with the sword, you can actually get yourself up to the bucket there and score a point. Yeah. So that's majority of the mechanics for Sortscabral. One thing to note, something I particularly enjoy doing, if you're ever behind and let's say the other person is trying to throw, you can walk up here yourself and try to intercept, catch their throw up there. And one that works particularly well, as I switch to the other controls here, if one person is doing this throw, you'll notice that the sword moves very, very slowly. So it's actually, you can catch it as the opposing player quite frequently, and then they'll die, and perhaps there's another sword on the map. You catch the sword they just threw, so they spawn without a sword, and then you have a sword from up here where you catch it, and you could move on to the other side of the map, possibly score a point or so. But yeah, I think to wrap this up, I'll just point out, in Sortscabral, you'll go up to a total of 7 points. So 6 would be like game point, I guess you could call it. But you can actually go above 6 points. I got 9 there. But if you enter the eggnog yourself with your own body, it'll go up to 9. If you get the opposing player in, it'll be, wait, no. If you get your own body as well as your sword in, it's 8. If you get the opposing player in and yourself and your sword, it's 9. And if you actually get 2 swords, both players in, you can get the score up to 10. It's not important at all, but I thought it was pretty interesting. So that'll be it for this video of Eggnogg Tours, and I'll see you in the next video about combat caverns.